Transmitting to you from Old Heart Radio.
Every dog has a leash that it breaks. Every dog has a leash that it breaks. What the fuck? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, that's disturbing. How are you? Hello, hello. This is another episode of Coffee and Contemplation, your most least consistent Old Heart Radio podcast. That's right. You've stumbled upon a podcast. I am your host, Old Heart, aka Jared, aka I don't give a fuck. And you are listening, hopefully, or you probably turned it off by now, which if you have, maybe a better idea if you don't like listening to podcasts or nonsense or, well, I don't know. This is a non-cast podcast full of nonsense, I think. Either way, we are in the year 2020. I am in the future if you are still back in 2019. Don't worry, the future looks exactly the same. And I'm just joking about that because it is actually January 2nd. So we have all experienced the new year by now. 2020, though, like I just wanted to take this episode to do my kind of Old Heart Radio State of the Union, sort of where I'm at, where this program is at. This is what I consider like my mental health check-in. I don't do this very often for myself on a regular basis, so I use this show as an excuse to get this out of the way. Every year I try to ask myself, am I happier than I was the year before? And I find myself, at least mentally, I find myself in a better place than I was the year before. 2019 was a bit of a rocky year, not as bad as the year before that. But, you know, like with different focuses and different pursuits and more awareness of like what you want, well, at least for myself, well, at least what I want out of life, at least what I like goals I wish to have. And I feel like I'm gearing up every year a little better. And 2019 was as a whole, it was rocky. You know, and at times I fight my own depression a lot, and I don't make bones about it because it's just my own struggle, really. But at times I had some really low moments, and I felt lonely and just so insecure with like where I was at, who I am, and who am I continuing to become? Am I striving to always better myself, which is a motto for my life that I wish to continue. Like I always strive to better myself. That's one of the pursuits of this show, Coffee and Contemplation. Shockingly enough, it's not just a pursuit for, you know, podcasting for podcasting's sake. I strive to try to learn something or try to be aware of something or try to synthesize some sort of information every day as much as I can. This show holds me accountable to it in a lot of ways because, you know, shout outs to all the listeners that have grown with it. You hold me accountable to pursuing this for you. And in 2019, I saw exponential growth from where I started this fucking Old Heart Radio. Shout outs to Mariah and Casey. You two are fucking radical, man. They gave me a shirt for Christmas, a t-shirt that they had made up that says ripen your coconut, and it's an Old Heart Radio t-shirt. Merch, it's like the first piece of merch. And honestly, it made my fucking day. It made me smile so much because like I didn't see it coming. I was like unwrapping it. I'm like, it's like a towel or it's like a shirt with like a face on it or something. Because like I think Mariah joked about that, but it was just an Old Heart Radio shirt. And it's like shit like that makes me accountable to this show more and more as it grows and as I grow with it, and as the Old Heart Radio itself becomes a more solidified thing. And so shout outs again to Mariah and Casey for making that first piece of merch and, you know, listening and just like following along for the ride. Y'all are fucking great. Y'all are good people. Let's sit down for some Settlers of Catan soon. And shout outs to other listeners, man. Shout outs to my homies. Like, I wouldn't consider myself I'm not like rich in friends as I once thought I was, or as I once was. When I was younger, I had a great friend group, and all just homies and good people, and, you know, friends that we shared stories from years ago, and it was, you know, shout outs to all my Wenatchee homies. Shout outs to everybody that's still there, you know, like I got Dusty, I got Troy, I got I got Mantar over there. Holy shit, dude. And shout outs to my friends that like, oh shit, shout outs to everybody listening out there. Y'all are fucking awesome. Shout outs to anybody who needs a mental health check and check in for yourself. Shout outs to, like I said, all my Wenatchee homies, all my friends I grew up with. Shout outs to hopefully D Fitz, shout outs to Luke Gillespie, shout outs to fucking Troy Vines, Josh Vines, Dusty Gill, shout outs to, you know, Elliot Dix. Shoutouts to fucking all those people, man. Rex Shamley, Jeremiah, Yellow Teeth, you know what I mean. All you fuckers. I appreciate you all. I appreciate all of you. And shoutouts to my current homies, man. All my homies, you know. I got Olivia and Joe. I got Mariah. I got Lucas, my co-host here. You know. Shoutouts to all of you. Friendship is rare, man. And I heard a Tenacious D song about that. That's actually what reminded me to record this podcast, because I started singing it to myself earlier. Friendship is rare. Do you know what I'm saying, baby? Friendship is, you know what I mean? That's probably not the actual lyrics, just the general tune. But nonetheless, friendship is rare, man. And as you lose friends, and as people disappear from your life, you fucking realize that more and more. It's been such a hit this last year, losing friends. And not necessarily like, listen, you know, it's weird when people drift apart, but it's weird when there's no reason why. And I feel like I've drifted apart from a lot of fucking people. And for what it's worth, a lot of that I put on myself, because I've struggled through dealing with like my drinking problems. I've struggled with dealing with my depression. It's really paradoxical when you feel so fucking lonely, but you don't want to go out. You don't want to go be around somebody. It's hard to deal with, man. It pulls you in all these different fucking crazy directions. But again, a lot of that, like a lot of my drifting apart and away from folks and letting my relationships go, has been almost directly attached to my issues with confronting like my vices. So on my 30th birthday, I quit smoking as a present to myself. I was like, I'm going to stop smoking cigarettes finally. And for the most part, I did. I've had one or two here and there, and like, fuck, dude, I do like smoking a cigarette. Like, I do love I love tobacco, like that tobacco smoke. But it ain't good for me, and I don't want it as a part of my life. Like, I had to think about that. Like, in 20 years from now, do I still want this as a part of my life? Fuck no, dude. Fuck no. So I quit that shit. I got my gallbladder removed in like 2015 or some shit like that. And I then went on a massive drinking bender like the summer after that, and I fucked myself up, and I'm recovering from that. Like I shouldn't be drinking alcohol without a gallbladder. I shouldn't be doing that to my fucking body. And again, I had to ask myself, like, do I want to see where this road takes me in 20 years? You know, do I want to see, like, where, like, how detrimental this lifestyle really has become, or do I want to try and change it and, you know, just see what fucking happens? And I tried to change it, and I have changed it. And what happened was I struggled to be around my friends. I struggled to do the things I loved. I struggled to go to shows. I struggled to go just out. I struggled to, like, have a good time at parties. Like, it's been hard for me to go and meet new people because I have a problem going to things like parties where I like everybody's drinking around me, and I know that feeling of getting fucked up, and I just want that feeling, but I can't have it, and that's all I end up thinking about, and then I just get too wrapped up in my fucking head and have to ditch. But I'm changing that now. 2020 is the year, man. I'm over that shit. Like, I want to get myself going again, and this is the year I will do that. And that is also where I come at you with Old Heart Radio. 2020 is the year I want to keep Old Heart Radio growing. Every fucking day we grow as people. Every day we grow, or at least we should be. And this Old Heart Radio is going to fucking grow as much as it possibly can this year. I want to keep making these coffee and contemplations, popping them out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I want to pop out a couple of random podcasts, whether they're shows like In Tune or like Local Yokels, where I sit down with some of my local residents and see what the fuck is up, or Matinee Edition, which I want to pop out every Sunday. I want that out as many Sundays as I can this next year. And I want to hear from you people that are listening, because there are hundreds of you now. I want you to know that if you're listening to this, there are hundreds of other people like you listening to Old Heart Radio. So I want to hear from you people on our Instagram, you know, at Old Heart Radio, or on Twitter at Old Heart in Space, or just fucking email us at oldheartradio@gmail.com and tell me what you think. Tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want to hear me try to learn on this show. If that's, you know, I think that'd be a fucking kick. Have somebody else pick out a topic for me and I just try to go for it. But I just want you to know that you are not alone, folks. You are never alone, and neither am I. And it's something we focus on. It's something we know deep down, and we just gotta, like, keep that there. You know, we always know that. You're not alone. You are okay. Shout out to Yellow Teeth. Shout out to anybody listening. Y'all are fucking awesome. This has been another episode of Coffee and Contemplation, the first of the year, but not the last. This has been my mental health check-in. This has been my growth check-in. It's been real fucking honest. I hope you can live with that. More to come. So what do we think? Go out there, ripen up your fucking brain. Use your brain for good, you idiots. And keep your stick on the ice.